Yes, people. So today we're going to talk about the Spanish football strength and weaknesses if you're looking to go over there and play. Now, the thing about Spanish football, why I have to do this is because it's the same from La Liga all the way down to amateur and even semi-professional. They all play the same. Even guys who are not even in shape always want to talk about pasa. You understand? They love that style football of tiki-taka. And so one thing I give credit for in Spanish football is that they are pure in the form of this is how we're going to play, we're not going to change it. Whereas in England it kind of varies based on the league and the step that you're playing it. And so we're going to start with the strengths, things that you need to have in the bag and things that you need to be wary of that you need to have in order for you to play with it successfully as well, and their weaknesses. And let's get straight into it. So the strength that you need to have, number one, is technical ability. Before we go into anything else, technical ability, you need to have sound technical ability, passing, ball control a lot. Number two, you need to have emphasis in your game, all right, to be able to play the tiki-taka style football, which is short, sharp, quick passes, maintaining possession. So you need to have patience. Number three is you need to have tactical intelligence. This is one of the probably second behind technical ability, because listen, in Spanish teams are known for tactical understanding all the way from youth level always to the first team, making intelligent decisions on and off the ball. If you lack that, don't even bother book your ticket to go over there. You just embarrass yourself. Now, if you look at the 6 phases of play, which you always hear me talk about, these are the 3 areas that you will see Spain being very strong at. 100% in building the attack. This is why most teams, is no point pressing them. And if you're going to press them, you have to be ready to recover quickly. And I feel right now most teams are going for the high press, which I want to talk about that in a minute. So building the attack. The second stage that they're really good at is controlling the tempo. Now this varies, and I want to talk about that again in their weaknesses. And they're probably their ultimate strength is dominating possession, the ball possession, be able to recycle, make patterns. The space that they have between each other is phenomenal. Now let's go into their weaknesses. Now, one of the weaknesses that you see that they have in Spain is a lack of physicality. That's one of the big things. They prioritize a lot towards technical ability over strength, which sometimes can be a disadvantage against more physical teams. So, for example, if they had to probably play against Newcastle, most of these Spanish teams, I think they will struggle. Even a Luton Town, how they played. The physicality, the long ball, the aerial fights, everything, the second or third balls, Spanish teams are not built for that. All right. And number two is the defensive vulnerability. So one of the problems that they struggle with is defensive solidarity, leaving so much gaps in the defense. They've gone better over the years, but there's still, when I'm watching La Liga, it's still, some of the stuff is basic that they do in terms of defensive vulnerabilities, which I'll speak about a bit in a minute. And other thing as well they lack as well is adapting to different styles of play. If you go over there and play, especially as a winger, and being very aggressive and directing your approach, it can backfire. But then at the same time, it will be something different that they have, because they do struggle to play against teams who are more aggressive and disrupting the base style approach. And this is why when it comes to their weakness, it is the penetration stage. I've seen players go over and bully that stage of the play, but managers want always that they recycle and be patient and be calm. Now, this is why to be a team, or most Spanish teams playing tiki-taka, these are usually the strategies that you got to do. You got to be willing to high press. When Liverpool literally beat up Barcelona at Anfield, it's due to the high press, disrupting the passing rhythm, forcing them to give us the ball away. That's important. Man marking is another thing you got to do as well, and compacting the defense, and usually also being able to disrupt passing lanes. So let me know what next country should I do. If you have any questions, let me know, and let's keep growing.